right, some breaking news on the line now. Some bubbling, dancing celebration in Ekiti State. The endorsement of the president and also the endorsement of the governor of Ekiti State for an off-cycle election in 2026. The off-cycle election is in 2026, but of course, you know the presidential election is in 2027. But now, today, there's an endorsement of both the governor for his second term and the president for his second term under the All Progressive Congress. 4 former governors of Ekiti State endorsed the governor and the president. Also, others that have defected from PDP to APC also endorsed the governor. I really wonder on what basis these people are being endorsed, especially the president. 2027 is still a little bit far off. Philip.
Yes, that is the season we are.
Yes.
We have a government that is in place who believes, playing politics instead of governance. So I wasn't surprised when the news broke out that Ekiti State is gathering to endorse the president for 2027 for second term, and also endorsing their sitting governor for a second term, whose election comes up in 2026 because it's an off-cycle election. Now here we are. You see, Ekiti State is very peculiar and is strategic. Why do I say so? The last presidential election, the rigging started from Ekiti State, because if you remember, when
alleged rigging,
whatever you want to call it,
yes.
When the result of Ekiti came to the central, Dino Melaya of the PDP and Labour, everybody objected to the result, and the chairman of INEC, Mahmood, had to put it on hold and said that they will get back, to the party that are objected, because what was objected, that what was recorded on the feed was not what they are delivering at the center, and it was expected that he was going to attend to that matter. Then he has joined the coalition till the following morning. He came in the following day. He never mentioned anything about Ekiti, and the next thing he said, go to court. Now, here is the strategic nature of Ekiti State. Ekiti State is governorship election is not part of the general election. It's only the presidential election that will take place in 2027.
Yes. It's an obstacle.
Yes. And there's also rumor. It is rumor, allegedly, that the Senate leader, the person of Senator Bamidele, is interested in that seat of the governors of Ekiti State. That is where he came from. It's also, this is not about the city governor and Bamidele, they are from the same central district.
Central.
So, as it were, in this country, everything is being rotated, whether it's rotated or not. Every state is rotating the seat of the governor among the central district to the other. Now, if Biodun Onyebaji complete his 8th tenure in a stretch, what it means that Bamidele cannot come in for another 16 years.
So that means can stay at the central for 16 years.
Exactly.
So it has to move to another central
district. So we have to wait for another 16 years before he can put a shot. So the governor is being judged to be a performing governor. From the media, I have not been to Ekiti State, because this is what is being reported on the media. Fayose had been very vocal about this. The former governor of Ekiti State has been vocal about this governor being proactive, uniting all the governors together, being respectful, humble, and all of that. What it means that he has actually worked himself into the heart of these past governors. That's what we are seeing today, that all the governors were there. Don't forget, it was Fayemi that is brainchild of Fayemi for this, Biodun to become governor. So it's Fayemi being there is not surprised. But when you have the likes of Fayose, who was in opposition and all of that, coming in,
who is still in opposition?
Yes, who is coming to say that no, we are supporting the governor. It's interesting. But the most interesting thing is this. This is not the season for campaign. We are not in election season yet. But why all this gathering of rally and all that? That is why they're quick to say that, look, we are not campaigning, but we are just gathered to endorse. What is the difference between endorsement of a candidate and campaigning? So, I mean, well, are they taking Nigerians for granted? They have taken Nigeria for granted. So they are taking it too far in fooling Nigerians. Just do what we are doing. We know that the campaign has started since last year. That by the calculation of the APC, they are not governing to Joe, but they are campaigning for another tenure without doing anything. So we accept that they are campaigning. They shouldn't just pretend to say that, what name are they giving endorsement? How do you endorse? What are you endorsing the person for an office that the person has not been, the person is going to stand an election for, which means you are campaigning for the person.
All right.
To be clear,
Peter, former 4 governors, Olu Otumba Niyi Adebayo, Segun Oni, Ayodele Fayose, and Dr. Kayode Fayemi are backing the president and governor. Don't forget, Fayose is in PDP. Now, former deputy governor and leader of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Biodun Olujimi, who just defected to the All Progressive Congress at the weekend, is expected to be at the event. That means everybody in Ekiti state are backing this governor.
Ekiti is an interesting state. What I'm interested is that no governor of Ekiti has done 8 years back to back. As for back to back, you will do for either you have been impeached or you lose election after you come and win. So
that's quite right. I didn't look at it that way.
It wouldn't be, if it happens, it won't be different. But if you break the genes, it will be a good thing. Having said that, the interesting thing about this is the intrigues. Why now? Why this endorsement? Because they know very well that Bamidele has his eye fixed on that seat. Has his mind made up that this I'm contesting now. If I miss now, you're gonna take almost the next 16 years for him to aspire to be there. So politics is not about calculation. The governor has done calculation and being a smart governor, for you to have this kind of opposition against you, you have to get your predecessors on board. Probably, not probably, he has been paying them their royalties, what is due them. He's been keeping them happy. And for most members of National Assembly to have been there, meaning he's been oiling the
wheels of
power there. He's keeping the base happy. And as you said, I've not been to Ekiti, and the feelers will get that he's doing well. But in politics, most times it's not what you are doing that matters to them. It's their interest, their personal interest. And his interest is not aligned with Bamidele because he wants to be there. And the fear is that he has the ears of the president.
That's Bamidele.
So what do you do? That's why I dragged the president into this endorsement. The president will work for you. It mustn't be Bamidele. We are here, we're endorsing you, we're supporting you. So there's no need to change the goalposts in Ekiti. Leave us here, we're here, we've established this house. We'll work for you. So that is, to me, that is practically what it is. Telling President Tinubu, don't bother.
Okay.
You're safe home.
Okay, so let me read the resume of the Senate leader, Bamidele, to you, so that we can compare and know who is closer to the president, do you understand, than who is who. Senator Bamidele, Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Lagos State, July 2007 to February 2021. That's in Lagos State. All right. Honorable Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Social Development, Lagos State, July 2003 to 2007. That's 8 years being a commissioner. All right. Special Advisor to the Governor on Political and Intergovernmental Affairs, Lagos State, July 2000 to May 2003. I mean, this is the closest you can get to Tinubu.
City boy.
Yeah, he's a city boy, yeah. Member House of Representatives, 2021 to 2015.
Which constituency was it?
That's in Lagos, somewhere in Lagos. The constituency is not here, but that should be in Lagos
Lagos.
State. So for him emerging as leader of the house, of course, is obviously a Tinubu boy. I mean, from inception.
Of course,
He has been commissioner, he has been special advisor, he has been member House of Representative. I mean, who else will be saddled with the responsibility of being a governor in Ekiti State than Bamidele?
You see, Bamidele, to add to his resume, he was also a student activist. Precisely in Uniben in the 90s, he was in the student union government, if I remember vividly. Between 1990, 1992, he was in the student union government. Okay, so now, when you look at the gathering in Ekiti today, there's something missing. You have not adverted yourself to that gathering. The National Assembly member from Ekiti State, both the Senate and House of Rep, none of them were mentioned, and they were not there. Yes, Peter put it correctly. The city governor is aware that his seat is threatened because of the relationship between Bamidele and the sitting president. So he tried to play a smart one by endorsing the president and endorsing himself. But I don't think this smartness, if it will save him, because when you read what you read out to the Nigerians, you see that Bamidele has been with Tinubu since 2003. But I can assure
even before 2003.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yes.
Because in those days, those pro-Abiola protests, the Bamidele, they were in the forefront of the student unionism in Nigeria then.
That's in 92, 93.
Yeah, that was when this Bamidele and Tinubu formed alliance. I think it was under, what was this, that Isoko boy that was Secretary General that became executive director of NDDC. I can't remember his name. Ogagai Fogodo. Bamidele and Ogagai Fogodo were at the same time at the student union government of Uniben. At the same time, at the same period. That's to tell you. And these people were the people who were in the forefront of the June 12th struggle. This is where Bamidele is coming from with the sitting president. I know that most people from Ekiti, they are close to the president. But I can't see at the moment anybody from Ekiti that is more closer to the president than Bamidele at this point in time. Like you rightly said, or you said it before, for you to be the Senate leader under this government, it shows how close, how trusted, how reliable you are to the presidency. And Bamidele passed all these tests. If Bamidele is interested in the seat of the governor of Ekiti State, and he has made it known to the president, and if the president has okayed it, no matter what endorsement Biodun we have today, that will save him. I'm sorry, I could be proven wrong.
But let's look at it this other way. Before I come to you, Peter, let's look at it this other way. The president is going into an election.
Yes.
He doesn't want to have a divisive house.
Yes.
Do you think he will rock the boat? Now, there are members of those that are not in his party, like Fayose, that are endorsing him. We have heard about Fayemi romancing with the opposition. Peter Obi and all the likes. I don't. If you remember when the Pope was being installed at the Vatican.
Yes.
Do you understand? So do you think the president wants to play politics with a state that is under him?
The president is a man who plays politics with everything. But the analysis you just give is even a minus for Biodun. When you speak, because Biodun God's is Dr. Fayemi, who brought him. He took over from him.
Yeah.
And now, whether Fayose or Shegoni or whosoever endorses him, if Fayemi, who was Tinubu close party, no longer passed, and they still want his boy to be in government, Tinubu will be more comfortable to bring in Bamidele, who is still close to him, who he can still trust with his life, than to put Fayemi boy, who he can no longer trust, who are already romancing with his arch enemy like Peter Obi. So that's why I said, no matter what the level of endorsement today, except the president is not interested in Senator Bamidele becoming the governor of Ekiti State, or in the other, alternatively, Bamidele is not interested in becoming governor, because, like, look at it critically. If Fayemi brought, Biodu to be governor under APC, and Fayemi is no longer in APC, what make you think the APC hierarchy will still trust Biodu to remain governor and loyal to them?
When he's loyal to
when his master is no more there. So all these are playing. And yes, the governor was smart to have called this, rally and target endorsement, whatever it is. But again, even the city government might even use it against him, whether the president was endorsed or not. They will tell you, if government want to work, they will work effectively. It's not campaign time. Why are you campaigning?
On the wrong side.
So on the wrong side, because look at it, like I drew your attention to that. If you look at that endorsement today, the National Assembly is completely absent from the endorsement. What does that tell you? It means that the House is not together. Then the question you ask, whether if the president will want to rock the boat, there's nothing rocking the boat there, because their election is 2026. His election is 2027. If Bamidele becomes governor in 2026, and before his election, the House is settled in. So, in fact, it's comfortable for him. There's nothing like. So, the highest the president could do is to, stay away from the Ekiti policy and allow
them to slug it out.
Whoever that wins.
I think the time is quite short too. I don't think, for me, I don't think he should rock the boat, because this month's tenure will be ending in October. So, give and take, election will hold 3 months earlier. And between October, when he's ending, and February, when we're doing the presidential election, it's quite a short time for it to reconcile every aggrieved person. So it's a dicey one for the president, for me. I think it's dicey most of the time. His tenure ends somewhere October 16, and probably the election could come in 3 months earlier.
Yeah.
But October 16 and February, the time is quite short.
You can't be fighting two wars at the same time.
It's quite short, so he should look at it. And Bamidele again, why I agree with him, some of things he said is that, have you noticed what happened in the National Assembly? Of the late, we read the news, he stood up to Ababio. Who else have done that?
If he didn't have a good standing with the president,
able to stand up and challenge Ababio. Even we heard that the point, he threatened to even resign. Then you don't call meeting for leaders of the Senate. You run this thing as one man show. Who has had the audacity to challenge Akpabio? Meaning he has the ears and eyes of the president. But what I'm looking at now is that the timing. What? As we always said here, Tinubu is a smart politician. He is smart, and he's all about interest. So let me see how he will balance these two interests, these two groups. You need to keep this base happy. But that next election is going to be very tight. 2007 election is going to be very tight.
Okay, looking at the southwest, for example, we have Osun State coming up in the elections. We have that's under PDP, right? They've been jingle, whether it's going to go to APC or not. Then we have Oyo State under PDP. We only have Ekiti State, Lagos State, and Ondo State under APC.
And Ogun State.
And Ogun State under APC. Now, they want to take back Osun State. Now, we don't know the side which the, what's it called, Oyo State governor is. We presume that he's working for the president. Now, do you think the president would try, because Osun State is coming up, Ekiti State is coming up, Oyo State is not for them. I don't know if you understand.
Yes.
Do you think the president wants to delay that with something like that?
For me, the president is not delegating anything. We are just speculating in the first place. But the thing is clear that the present city governor, though APC, his godfather has part way with the president. So that is a big minus for him.
It's true.
Because if we are blaming the president that they are campaigning when they were supposed to be, be saddled with a business of governance, what do we say of the Ekiti State governor today? when he's supposed to be busy with activities of governance and he's busy calling a rally to endorse him. It is all whether to want, he's afraid of his seat. If truly he's performing and he believes his work, as Fayose claimed that he has transformed Ekiti and all that they will speak for him, there will be no point for this endorsement. His performance should have been knocking at the Ekiti State people's door, not coming to make a loud noise at the state capital at Ekiti to show that, oh, he has the whole Ekiti, who is winning Ekiti, gathered together here to endorse him. That doesn't make you the governor. That doesn't test. That tells you that all is not well in the governor's camp, and he's not taking the right step, because strategically it is not right. If you know you have a stronger opponent, that you let your secret act for him to know. He has given, if it is true that Senator Bamidele is interested, he has given him, food for thought. Bamidele had seen those who he may need to work on, who he may call people to talk to, and how to break their rank. So if he was a wise person, all this person that came out today would have been kept in the secret, so that on the election day they will express themselves. But now that they've come in the open and the time is short, the people might leave, all the people, you may be surprised by the time he looks at his back, all gone. This is Nigeria for you. And it is where with the language stomach infrastructure originated from. When the then Fayose was the governor of Ekiti State. So it is obvious that Ekiti people, if you can do enough stomach infrastructure, you can win them over. So Bamidele has seen the secret if he's interested, because we're all speculating, right? Yeah. Because we're wondering why a sitting governor will leave his duty to go and organize rally for endorsement when you were supposed to be thinking what to do to deliver on your campaign promises. So, for me, I don't think the governor is sure of himself. It is signs of fear that will make him to do what he has done today, and it's not good for him. It's not good for him.
Peter, let's look a little bit into activities of this political endorsement. Most of the time, do they tell Nigerians where the money for these jamborees come from? Instead of them to be developing infrastructure and creating an environment where people, where economy can strive, they use government money to organize these jamborees and political campaigns. I mean, do they ever get questioned?
No, they don't. They don't even see it as if they are wasteful, considering the amount of money at their disposal. Maybe to them, it's just like a pocket change if you're spent. And they will keep doing this because of what you said earlier, because of fear. A lot of them are doing this, not because they trust what this present government has done, because of fear, self-preservation. So for them to remain in office. And again, most offices election has been won by APC. And office election is one of the most difficult elections to win if you're in the opposition party.
That's in recent time.
Yes, under this government.
There's no office election that is a contention one. It's just a jolly right.
Yes, under this government. So if that's why I'm not too angry with Soludo. There is a Abga in the day, PDP, APC at night. But you need to master these people. You need to master Diego. Because they want to win every state. They will not, even, David just said it now. Say we are winning every office election. He said the next one is Anambra, before he was removed. So when you saw these governors do this jamboree, they're doing it for their own preservation. Not because this government has done well. And again, most of the people, I can tell you for free, they're not happy about it. But what would you do? Because as it stands there in Nigeria, the government does not fear the people. And because it does not fear the people, there's anarchy, there is suppression. If the government fears the people, there will be justice. People will demand for what is right. There will be effective leadership. Because they don't fear us. Because most times they know all these offices in the election. It's not based on our votes. It's based on who they want to be to win the election that wins. So that is why it's not about to stop.
Okay, we will be looking at Ekiti how it unfolds, but we have another breaking news. The Super Falcons of Nigeria that won the Women African Cup of Nations just arrived Abuja at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, and from the feelers we are getting, they are going to be hosted by the President and Commander-in-Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What do you say about Super Falcons?
No, they deserve it. They made us proud. It is worth celebrating. This one spent the Nigerians will not complain. But the work they asked of, they stayed on it and they showed the world who Nigerians are. That one of us are our side
We're
on the
resilient.
project will get it done. I wish this could translate into a political life. I wish we could do what we do and watch when Nigeria is playing. At that point, there is no religion, there is no ethnicity. We are one, we are Nigeria. We want the best. So let's translate it into a political life. Once you come to election, let's leave religion, tribalism, let's leave it aside. So let's look at those that present themselves to be elected. Let's elect the right people. Let's get the right people into offices. See, look at our league. Our league is in shambles. It's every other player in Nigerian league wants to go to Togo, want to go to Libya. If I do, why would Nigerian players want to go to Libya?
Okay, let me stop you there first. The Super Falcons, they've arrived. They said on arrival, the Super Falcons captain Rashidat Ajibade was seen raising the WAFCON trophy high as she alighted from the aircraft, symbolizing the team's victorious homecoming. I mean, they did us proud.
Yeah, they do. They actually make us proud. But I'm going to speak on them being hosted by President Tinubu, and which is the president of the country and the commander-in-chief. You see, Nigeria had won a lot of trophy. A lot of our athletes has been hosted, promises being made, and these promises were political promises. I hope and pray that hosting them today, the promises that will be made at that table shouldn't be political promises. Some persons that were promised house and all of that, they died without receiving those houses. Especially our footballer, and this is our male footballer, this is our female footballer. Today, Nigerians are happy. They are celebrating the Super Falcon. The government is going to celebrate them. It's hosted them in the presidential villa, lavishly. They are going to eat. A lot of things that have been budgeted for them. My advice, or rather my request to the government is, please, when you make promises to this young lad that make this country proud, that show forth what Nigeria is made of, please, whatever promises you will make to them today, be honest with your promises and fulfill it. Don't play politics with these promises, because we know that this is season of the government playing politics with everything. But please don't play politics with this young girl that had made us proud. Whatever promises you make to them,
it should be hot
it be
now and
honored.
now.
It be now and now, because you have what it takes to give it to them. If you promise the land in Abuja, make sure before they leave the villa, let the CFO be handed over to them. If you promise their houses, let the keys be handed over to them. Whatever money you promise them, let the checks be handed over to them. So that we can be sure that the government met what they are saying to this young.
Okay, let me read people that are present. It said the dignitary president was seen in the video. Among them present to receive the team were the governor of Kaduna, Basani, governor of Kwara, Abdurrahman Abdurazak, and Imo State Hope Uzodinma, among other people. There was also Minister for Women Affairs, and sporting people. I mean, so many of them that were there. Now, it now reminds me from what you're saying. A lot, we don't have pitches where football are played. The authorities that govern football in Nigeria don't care about the local league. Now, even coming to my own sport, basketball, for the past 7 years, 7 whooping years, we have not had a league in Nigeria. And the most funny thing about it is that the person that sits on the top of Nigerian basketball Nigerian Basketball Federation is Engineer Musa Kida, who is the chairman of the board of directors of NNPCL. I mean, he's the chairman, and he's been saddled with the responsibility of organizing basketball in Nigeria for the past 7 years, and we've not had a league. The league. We have Akim Olajuwon. He's an homegrown guy. We have Masai Ujiri that just finished serving as the chairman and president of Toronto Raptors. And so many of them that are my friends that today basketball is almost finished in Nigeria. Not to talk about football.
See, until you get right people into offices, it's okay happening. Go to National Stadium.
It's rotting away.
National Stadium in Lagos.
It's dead.
It is because when you make promises to this athlete that put out their life there to win trophy for this country, and you don't fulfill it, we hear stories of our past heroes in the football field that you say this one is easy, this one is dying, they die in poverty. Take for instance the story of Rashidi Yakini, the man who was the bull in the field of play. How did he end up? What happened to the promises made to him? Were they fulfilled? And so many of them. So what is the encouragement to play the local league? I remember when we were growing up in Benin, we have 3 very formidable clubs. Flash Flamingos of Benin, Nigeria Bank of Benin, and Bede Insurance. And every Saturday, we are in Ogbe Stadium to watch match.
I paid tickets to go and watch Bede Insurance. That was my team.
But today, I don't think if Ogbe Stadium is in existence. I don't even know. So this is a problem. It exists by name, but is the stadium still what it is?
So it still remains that if you don't get the right administrators,
let's
get talking about most of them not stay in Nigeria. You can still pay the what happens to a local league. This should be the grassroots. This should be when you bring in new talent. What happens to it? Get the right administrator that has the right policy for whichever position you're giving the person. What is our sports policy for
in addition to what you are saying, today, if Super Eagles want to play international, contest or the Falcons, they source the player from foreign land.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm agreeing with you. So today you are going to celebrate this lad that were raised in foreign land, who ply their trade in foreign land. What happened to the youth?
Exactly. Yes, if I let me tell you something.
They used to say, he said, what was it, discover the young or something? There was a word for it.
Yeah.
They used to
discover them young.
Yeah, they used to go to secondary school and all of that.
Look, we used to beat the best in table tennis in Africa. But that has died. I remember that in Lagos, every street, you see tennis board, you see parks. All those coaches have died.
Look, let me tell you something. The Tigers that are playing today, they have a match by 4:00 against I think Mozambique. They won their first match against. In fact, they won their first match 90-something, 40-something. Wow. I mean, they were that good. That's the Nigerian Tigers. They are playing in Cote d'Ivoire right now in Afro basketball tournament championship in Cote d'Ivoire. They are the best. In fact, they've won it 4 consecutive times. This is the 5th time, which we hope, because I don't think they're going to have a match. But let me tell you something. Apart from Murija and Palace, for example, most of them were born and they grew up in America.
See?
The only 2 people that I know, maybe there are more, is Murja and Palace. So that's Murja Musa, who plays in WNBA now, and Palace, who plays somewhere in Italy also. Apart from these 2 girls, most of them were born and bred in America. There's no home in them.
Talents are bound in Nigeria. They're everywhere.
The Ministry of
Nobody's
Youth.
harnessing it.
The Ministry of Youth. What are they doing?
Who is there? What investment has it done in sports before? It don't just every appointment must not be political. No, it should be political. What investment does he have in sports? What kind of sport has he done in his life? He should show us record. So if you bring somebody that is that's been into sports management, sports business, he will know what to do.
The guy at the helm of affairs of Nigerian Sports Commission, his business is sport right now because they dismantled Ministry of Sport. Now we have National Sports Commission. We have the chairman, then we have the DG. The DG is a sports person.
So let's hope we bring
a program?
that
The way
that experience.
For his program.
you see, the way it's running, the chairman is not supposed to be a non-executive member. He's not supposed to have office and paraphernalia. But right now, he does have. And that helps to make the DG effective. And all these things are parallel.
So that brings us back to where we are, playing politics with everything. In everything we do, there must be politics. So how do you progress? Because the Bible says there's time for everything. There's time to plant, time to water, time to grow, time to reap. There's time to be born and time to die. But in government, there's time to do election and time to govern. But here we are. Everything is about politics. So how do we don't separate the chaff from the wheat? So how do we move ahead?
Okay, all right. Our time is quite spent. We want to wish the Super Falcons that did us proud. We are happy with you guys. Our hands are clapping for you and all that, in spite of bad governance that we have in our country. It's not we're not cursing Nigeria. We're just simply saying.
No, you didn't get it. In spite of the bad governance, we'll have a reason to smile.
We have a reason to smile.
Yes,
they always put a smile.
So we're grateful to you.
We're grateful to you.
You've done well.
Yes. Thank you. It's been breaking news on Last Light Podcast. See you next time.